Hello and welcome to today's class. For this session, we have something very interesting to learn, and that is Valentine's Day. Yes, you heard right. We're going to learn some words and we're going to improve our vocabulary surrounding this conversation so that when next there is February 14th around the corner, we will be able to have meaningful conversations about this particular event. So, are you ready? Let's get started. We can't talk about Valentine's Day and not mention love. LOVE, these letters have so much impact when we talk about Valentine's Day. As a matter of fact, some people call it Lover's Day. Now, what does love mean in your language? How do you say love in your language? All right, what does love mean? Love is an intense feeling of deep affection. All right, some people can even say, "Ooh, that girl makes me have butterflies in my tummy." Have you heard someone say that before? Now, when the person says that, that means the person is talking about love. You can feel it, okay? When someone truly cares about a person. And sometimes people could also love animals, probably their pets, like a dog or a cat or even a hamster. An example of how to use the word love in a sentence is babies feel parents with feelings of love. Yes, you know when a parent, a mother, a father meets his or her first baby, they feel all mushy inside. That's the feeling of love. Another example is let us all be a happy family and love one another. All right? Probably in a family where we have so many siblings, brothers, sisters, when we move on to the extended family where we have cousins, we have nephews, we have nieces. So there's a feeling we have for people we care about, and we call that love. All right? So you can use love in so many sentences. All right? Just the same way you say, "Oh, I feel hot." You can say, "Oh, I feel love for this person," or "I love this person." "I love that person." Another key word for this class is gifts. Now, for this contest, we're using gift as a noun. A gift is a thing given willingly to someone without a payment. All right? What was the last gift you received? What was the last thing you got from someone? Hmm, let me think about it. I think my last gift was a dress. Yes, that was a thing I got from someone. Now, we know that during Valentine's Day, during Lover's Day, so many people exchange gifts. All right? We have husbands and wives exchanging gifts, boyfriends and girlfriends exchanging gifts, friends, okay, girlfriend giving a gift to a girlfriend, brothers and sisters exchanging gifts. All right? An example of how to use this word, gift, in a sentence. He bought an expensive gift for his wife. All right? The word expensive means when something costs so much money, we say that thing is expensive. So maybe let's say he got a designer's bag. Probably, let's say, you tell me what's your favorite designer bag? He got a designer's bag, a designer's shoe for his wife. All right? That's what we mean when we say it's very expensive. Another way to use gifts in a sentence is I am trying to find the perfect gift for her. Hmm. Doesn't that just make you smile? All right. So that means this person wants to give a female. That's why we use the object pronoun her. This person wants to gift a female something she would love, something that would definitely make her smile. Okay? That is why we have the perfect gift. So I'd like you to use this sentence on yourself. What's the perfect gift for me? What's the thing that someone would give me right now and I will scream on top of my voice? All right? So that's how to use gift in a sentence, and that is what gift means. Now, there's so many things we can gift people. Some people give people cars as a gift. It could be a house, it could be a land, it could be clothes, bags, jewelry, you name it. It's anything. All right? That is why we said it's a noun because it's a name of a thing. So it's anything that's given. It could even be food, free lunch. You buy someone food or a cake. Our next word is celebration. Ooh, I like to celebrate a lot of things. Now, before we start to talk about things you could celebrate, what does celebration mean? Celebration is the action of celebrating an important day or event. All right? People can celebrate their birthdays, the day you were born. People can celebrate their wedding anniversaries, the day you got married. All right? So there's so many things. If it's important to you, you can celebrate it. You can even celebrate the day you lost a loved one. All right? You could call friends together and have just a get together just to think about that person if the person meant so much to you. Maybe your mother or your grandmother. All right? Now, when we bring it back to our main topic today, which is Valentine's Day, on February 14th, on the 14th day of February, so many people like to celebrate their loved ones. Okay, they can have a public show of affection. They could get gifts, like we just learned about gifts. They could get them gifts. They could cook a meal for them. They could book a spa appointment for them. So many things. So you can decide on how you want to celebrate an event. It's it's particular to you. It's your decision. Examples of how to use the word celebration in a sentence. Are you going to the birthday celebration? A wedding is a joyful celebration of love. Yes. All right. That's another thing. When people decide to finally come together as husband and wife. Now that's an event. Okay, there are most times wedding celebrations, wedding parties. All right. Now I know you've been hearing me say couple, couple, couple. What does that word mean? Couple. This means two people who are married or otherwise closely associated romantically. Okay? When you're romantically involved with a person. Yes, some people say, oh, that's my boyfriend. Okay? Or maybe that's my fiance, someone you want to get married to. Now they are a couple. But most times we use this for married people. All right? Husband and wife, they are a couple. Now, Valentine's Day is a day that seems to be the perfect day for couples. All right? They are the ones that go out on dates. Now, if you don't know what I mean by dates in this context, don't go anywhere. Hold on a second. You will find out what I mean by the word date. DATE. Examples of how to use couple in a sentence. They were the second couple to enter the church. I love that couple. Now, mind you, when you say couple, that means you're automatically talking about two people. Okay, a couple. A couple is like a group name for two people that are, you know, romantically involved. So a couple, that means two people. Two couples, that means four people, and so on and so forth. Okay, I love that couple. They are so cute together. Okay, so if you are married, that means you and your spouse. A spouse is a person that you are romantically involved with. You and your spouse are a couple. So you should use this word anytime you want to talk about yourself and your husband, yourself and your wife. Please feel free to use the word couple. And here we have it. Date. Remember, I said the word date. And I know someone will say, date? What does she mean? Does she mean what's today's date? No. Remember that sometimes a word can have two or more meanings. That's the case here. Date in this context, we're not talking about the day of the month. You know, we're talking about an appointment to meet someone or to go out with them, especially someone with whom you are having or may soon have a romantic relationship with. That is what date is. Okay, now we use the word especially because sometimes you could actually go on a date with your sister. You can go on a date with a friend that's just a platonic relationship. When I mean platonic, that means there is no romantical involvement. There's nothing like that. All right. So on Valentine's Day, people get to go on dates. Okay. So when next is February 14th, you could say, are you going on a date today? Huh? Is your husband taking you out on a date? Wow, I saw them yesterday. They said they would go on a date tomorrow. I have a date with Bob. In high school, he did not date very much. Now, he did not date very much. In that context, in that sentence, date seems to be used as a verb, an action word. He didn't do something very much. That means he didn't go out with so many people. All right, he didn't have that appointment. That is what we mean. Okay, and we could also use, the word date also in a phrasal verb contest. We could say she is not dating anyone now. We could put it in the present continuous tense by adding ing. I am not dating anyone now. Okay, that means you're not going out with anyone at the moment. Or I am dating someone now. That means I am going out with someone at the moment. Spouse. Now we've mentioned spouse earlier, right? Okay, so now let's take a moment to talk more about spouse. A spouse is a husband if you are a wife, or a wife if you are a husband, considered in relation to their partner. Okay? So a couple is made up of two spouses. Okay? One is the husband and one is the wife. Now, some people use the word partner. All right? We're partners. While some people use the word spouse. Now, we have other synonyms for this word, but this is what this word means. Now, examples of how to use this word in a sentence is her spouse will come to see her on Sunday. How much time do you spend with your spouse? Okay, so now you know that your husband is your spouse. Your wife is your spouse. When you hear someone said, I wanted to find out if my spouse would like that flower, that means he's talking about his wife. And if it's a lady saying, oh, I don't think my spouse would appreciate that color on my hair. That means she's talking about her husband. Special. Now remember that we're still talking about Valentine's Day. And then it's a special day, yeah? And it's also a special moment where we get to spend quality time with someone special. Special means better, greater, or otherwise different from what is usual. Now, like I said, Valentine's Day is a special day. And yes, you can have a special someone in your life. So you can use special to talk about days, to talk about events, to talk about a person. Because remember, we said the meaning of special is different from unusual. So you have this person that has this unusual affection for you. So that's a special someone to you. Okay, you have this day that is very special to you because you get to do so many interesting and fun things. Now that is an unusual day, unlike the rest of the days. A way to use special in a sentence is Valentine's Day is a special day. Yes, it is. You have a very special gift. Okay, maybe someone got you. Could you help me out here? What is something that you would never expect a person to get as a gift? I'm thinking puppy, but no, someone can get, it's a normal thing to get a puppy as a gift. Maybe bananas. Probably because it's basic. All right? Just imagine someone wraps up a banana and says, Happy Valentine's Day. Now, that is special, but in an awkward way. That is weird. All right. Okay, so we're getting deeper and deeper into this talk about Valentine's Day. Now remember that two spouses, a couple, get to spend time together. What is the union that brings most of these couples we're talking about together? The union is called marriage. Yay! Marriage is legally or formally recognized union of two people as partners in in a personal relationship. All right, when a man and a woman, when two people come together and decide that they want to be together for the rest of their lives, and they don't just say this vocally, they do something about it. If they're Christians, they go to church and they get married, or they can go to court and they get their marriage certificate. This means that it's now very legal. It can be recognized by others, and partners get to wear their rings. Okay, that's an indication that this person is off the market. Now, this is another phrase that is used when you want to say that someone is married. So it's believed that single people are in the market. Okay, she's single. Oh, she's available. That means you could go ask her out. But if the person is married, we say the person's off the market, meaning he or she is unavailable. So you can't go to ask someone's wife or someone's husband out. Now, examples of how to use the word marriage in a sentence. She didn't want to jump into marriage with a man she hardly knew. I wouldn't want to do that. How about you? Would you want to get married to a person you don't even know? You barely even know? I don't think so. Another sentence is they have a very happy marriage. Aww. I think that's so sweet. How does this topic make you feel? It makes me feel all mushy. Yes, that's a word that we can use to describe how we feel when we feel all lovey dovey. That's another word. Okay. So I want us to have so many words to use to express the way we feel when we're talking about love, since we're talking about Valentine's Day. So we know that during Valentine's Day, so many people send roses to their spouses. So many couples get roses for themselves, they get roses for each other. Most times, the husbands buy roses for their wives, and boyfriends get roses for their girlfriends. All right, roses. Now, this is a stylized representation of a rose in decoration, typically with five petals. Now, petals are the parts of the flower that is really colorful. So, for example, with a red rose, the petals are red in color. And then they're especially as a national emblem of England. Okay? How to use roses in a sentence. Now, mind you, roses in this context is a noun because it's a name of a gift or a thing that's given to someone as an expression of your love to the person. He sent a dozen of red roses to his girlfriend on Valentine's Day. Dozen means 12. Okay, when something is dozen, that is a way to just say 12. Red rose is an expression of love, while deep red rose is used to express regret and sorrow. So some people believe that colors have their own meanings, they have their own implications. Now this is an example. Just red, the normal red color, that means love. Meanwhile, the deep dark red, that is the type of roses we see in burials, all right, when someone is going through a painful moment. Maybe they lost someone important to them. People can send deep red roses to them. But that's not what we're talking about today, please. We're talking about Valentine's Day. And yes, so this is how we have roses in this contest. So feel free to use roses. Did he get you some roses on Valentine's Day? Now, mind you, some people could also gift their spouses roses on their birthdays, on other special events. Probably they graduated from high school, from college, from university. You could also give them roses. Chocolate. Now, that's another way to express love. That's another way to show love to someone you have feelings for. You could buy chocolates, roses, and maybe you can add some other gifts to them. But most times, and as a matter of fact, studies show that during Valentine's Day, a large amount of chocolates are being purchased. Now, for those of us that maybe don't know what chocolates are food in form of a paste or a solid block made from roasted and ground cacao seeds, typically sweetened and eaten as confectionery. Okay, so chocolates are really yummy. Personally, I enjoy eating them. All right, so people give them out as gifts during Valentine's Day. Examples of how to use chocolate in a sentence. I love chocolate. Me too. She met that delicious chocolate gaze and smiled. So maybe this person definitely likes chocolates because it made her smile. So, yes, if you have a spouse that really likes chocolate, you could get that for him or get that for her just to put that smile on the person's face. Remember that Valentine's Day, it's a day you get to celebrate the person you're with. So if there's anything that's going to make that person smile, that's something you're looking forward to doing. All right. All right. Having introduced those keywords, those words that are involved with Valentine's Day, okay, now we can talk extensively about Valentine's Day, and I will know for a fact that you understand the words that I will use in my sentences. Valentine's Day, yes, is celebrated on the 14th day of February. Now, each year on Valentine's Day, friends and lovers exchange Valentine's cards. Now, that's something else. We have birthday cards, we have Father's Day cards, Mother's Day cards. We also have Valentine's Day cards. In the cards, we have sweet words, we have nice words that are written to the person you have feelings for. You could also add chocolates, candy, flowers, and other gifts. Yes, anything that will make your partner, your spouse feel special. That's what people do on Valentine's Day. Now, you can have this discussion with anyone around you, get their opinion, ask them what they do on Valentine's Day, okay? And you can exchange exchange ideas, and maybe you can get something new to do for your partner on the next Valentine's Day. All right, we have idioms, expressions, and their meanings. Now, these are idioms that are in relation with Valentine's Day. First, love at first sight. Do you believe in love at first sight? Well, for me, I don't think so because I would like to know the person I'm going to fall in love with. So by just seeing you, I think I need to know you more. But don't mind me. There's some people believe in love at first sight. And what does that mean? That means falling in love the first time you meet someone. Okay, some people fall in love that way and they're like, where have you been all my life? I've been looking for you. Oh, I'm glad I found you. Yes, all of that. Blind dates. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, it doesn't mean that your eyes wouldn't work on the date. No, no, no. A blind date is a social meeting or date with someone you have not met before. So when you've not met a person before and you go on a date with that person, that's a blind date. Now, this happens probably this person is a friend of a friend, or your mother knows this person, or your uncle, just someone, and says, oh, I know this nice guy you might like. Maybe you should go out on a date with him. Maybe you should meet up with him. So that's when this happens. So you just dress up and the person dresses up, and the both of you meet at a particular place, a restaurant, a park, a beach, and that is what we call a blind date. Fall or be head over heels in love. Now, this means to love someone very much. We can use this in a sentence and say, I am head over heels about your brother. I fell head over heels for that girl next door. Be crazy about someone. Now, this also means to be in love with someone so much, to like someone very much. Okay? I am crazy about your mother. Daddy said he's crazy about mommy. Pop the question. To ask someone to marry you. All right, probably you've been dating someone for a while and the person would like to take it further. The person would like to take it to the next step. Yes, and they have to ask that will you marry me question. So that is what we say by pop the question. He pops the question. Like popping a champagne, right? So this question is very important. That's why we have pop the question there. And next, another phrase is love conquers all. Okay? No matter what happens, love will find a way. Love is strong and enough to overcome all problems. So when we say, well, I think they're going through a rough patch now, but nevertheless, love conquers all. That means they'll get out of it stronger than ever because they are in love with each other. they will find a way around it. All right? All right, now this is my favorite part because this shows if you understood the class. Now, we're going to choose the correct idiom or expressions from slide 13. That's page 13 to fill the blanks. Okay, I want you to complete the sentences using the idioms we just learned. Susan doesn't like to go out on a blank. She prefers to meet the boy first and decide if she wants to have a date with him. So, from the idioms we just learned, which do you think fits into this sentence? Robert's girlfriend left him. He still loves her very much. He is blank. What's what's the answer? The first time Ken met Anne, he knew he wanted to marry her. It was, all right, what happens? It was what? John and Mary have been going out for 2 years. Last week he bought a ring and now he's going to. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think John is going to do? Okay? I can't wait to see your answers. All right. All right. Ready or not? Let's have it. Now, if these were your answers, congratulations. You were very correct. But if these were not your answers, don't feel bad. You can go over the material again and try one more time. And trust me, you'd certainly get it right this time. Susan doesn't like to go out on a blind date. She prefers to meet the boy first and decide if she wants to have a date with him. Just like me, right? Yeah. Robert's girlfriend left him. He still loves her very much. He is head over heels in love. Okay? You can stop there and you could also say he is head over heels in love with her. The first time Ken met Anne, he knew he wanted to marry her. It was love at first sight. John and Mary have been going out for 2 years. Last week, he bought her a ring. And now he's going to pop the question. Yes. So please, when next you're having a conversation about love, feel free to use these words. Feel free to use these idiom expressions, these idiomatic expressions. All right. You did an excellent job today. Congratulations! And well done for participating in this class activities. You did an excellent job today. And don't forget to keep using the words you learned in your day-to-day conversations. All right? The more you use it, the better you become at using them at your conversations or using them in making sentences. All right, friends? It was nice talking to you today. Bye.